usually as couples, address small issues before they become big. Once you get them identified, give them the attention they deserve. Both of you should also agree, both of you, husband and wife, should also agree on how you will approach conflict as a team. Hello there, that's Felix. I welcome you this moment to my channel, FJA Diaries, where we talk about everything relationship. Right, so every relationship you can think of starts normally or usually with very good intentions. You don't actually get to have couples entering a relationship with very odd intentions. Normally, that doesn't happen. And so, the intention to love and be loved, the intention to build attraction between both of you, the intention to create moments of excitement between or around each other, okay, and the hope of building a lasting connection. But along the way, habits that are hard, okay, habits that are so hard to notice or may be easy to notice but ignored, expectations that may not be spoken but looked forward to, okay, and emotional blind spots, all these can quietly wipe out all the positive intentions that once felt unshakable at the beginning stages of your relationship. And so the truth here, every couple should note is some pitfalls are very obvious, some rough patches are very, very clear to see. Others are usually so small and gradual, much that you don't easily you don't easily get to notice them until the damage, until the harm, until the destruction caused by them reaches a very deep stage. The reality here is choosing to avoid such pitfalls, deciding to not give them any attention. It's normally not about perfection, where you may be tempted to assume, after all, it's okay because your partner is not perfect, or you are not either. My dear friend, watching me, being aware and taking intentional action about putting an end to such pitfalls is a real game changer. And so here I am discussing with you as you watch me now. I'm actually discussing with you some common pitfalls, some common situations that every couple should look out for in their relationship, and how to step those pitfalls aside or deal with them before they become relationship breakers. And so, if you're watching me for the first time, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel, turn your notification bell on for regular updates, and also stay on with me from now till the end of the video. I appreciate that. Right, so the first pitfall I need you to take note of is taking each other for granted. Taking each other, you take your partner for granted, your wife for granted, you take your husband for granted. In the early stages of most relationships, appreciations flow very easily. The compliments, the thank yous, and the thoughtful gestures. All these at the very beginning stages, at the very early stages, all these feel very natural. They actually flow in. Oh, honey, thank you so much for this gift. I really appreciate it. Oh, you did this for me. Oh, dear, thank you. Well, now with time passing by, daily routines tend to replace daily gratitude. That is a high tendency. And so as a result, You might gradually stop noticing the little ways your partner oftentimes shows up for you, does certain things for you. The danger here is when appreciation disappears, when you begin to forget to say thank you, you begin to notice those what you may call minor things your partner may do for you. You begin not noticing them to show appreciation for those having been done for you. Love starts with time in a very gradual process to feel like an obligation rather than a choice. And that can so much hurt the relationship. It can actually hurt the relationship a lot. And so avoid such situations by regularly saying thank you, for the small things. Even if they are routine, they're actually things that keep happening, keep being repeated by your spouse over and over and over for you. Recognize them, say thank you. Just intentionally name your partner's efforts and express how much you appreciate them. Oh, you prepared this meal for me. Honey, thank you so much. Oh, you did this for me. You bought this for me. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Name the efforts of your partner and show how appreciative you are. It pays a lot, it adds a lot to your relationship. So recognize that love is nurtured by acknowledgement. Love is nurtured through acknowledgement. Okay, not on assumption. Love thrives when you acknowledge what your partner does for you. She gets to love you, he gets to love you more. What you show appreciation for inspires more her to want to do it more because he or she feels that whole. This makes my spouse show how appreciative she is or he is. I would want to continue to do more of that, to receive such compliments. And so it is something you can't take for granted. It adds a lot to your relationship. Right, so pitfall number two. The second pitfall you should give a lot of attention to is neglecting communication. Not taking your communication strength either way between both of you very seriously, taking it for granted. Neglecting communication. Poor communication does not just mean constant fighting. It doesn't just mean arguing most of the times. That is not what poor communication means. So poor communication could also mean being silent to your partner, being avoidant to your partner, not actually wanting to engage, nor be engaged, making yourself available for there to be that conversational connection between both of you. It's a real sign of what poor communication. Poor communication could also mean um, speaking in a way that shuts the other person, being your spouse, either partially or completely down. One worst practice is assuming your partner should just know how you feel. This honestly is one of the quickest ways that creates distance. Why the distance between couples? Don't assume your partner should know how you feel. It is it is it is something that should not be done. The danger with poor communication is misunderstandings between the two of you multiply. Hatred, needless resentment builds, right? And emotional intimacy, you getting connected with each other emotionally, gradually fades. In most cases, it fades very fast. Not in a gradual process, it fades very quickly. And so you should avoid this. You should avoid this by talking openly about how you feel at certain times. Be honest to each other about your needs. Be honest to each other about your boundaries. Make time. Make time to listen to each other, making all the effort you can to understand each other, not actually feeling so much as though you were in a hurry to want to reply. No, address issues that may be pressing before they actually skyrocket or get out of hands. For your communication to improve, basically, as couples, that requires both of you putting in all the effort there is you have available. You put in all the effort you can. Pitfall number three. The third pitfall you should pay attention to is letting business always be busy, letting that replace connection. Mind you, your work deadlines, your relationship responsibilities, and your personal obligations can partially or completely crowd out the very relationship you are trying so hard to sustain. Take note of this. In no time, if care is not taken, you will begin experiencing moments where your partner becomes the person you catch up with instead of someone you actively should share your entire life with. You realize, I promised to do this for my wife. I have forgotten to do that. I promised to do this for my husband. I have forgotten to do that. Quickly, you want to actually race so fast to get that thing done. By then, some harm would have been caused. So the danger with this kind of practice is soon, very soon, you will begin feeling like roommates instead of partners. And so to avoid this from happening, it is advisable, very much advisable, you schedule quality time together. The same way you schedule important meetings with others at work. That should be your priority. You may also consider protecting moments of connection, moments where both of you should feel intimate with each other, moments where both of you should have heart to heart conversations. Protecting that. Okay? Protecting that from all forms of interferences, even if it's just 10 minutes of undistracted conversation. Keep it that way. Give it that amount of commitment. Give it that amount of respect and make it happen. In doing this, remember that love needs intentional presence to blossom and thrive. Pitfall number four. The fourth pitfall you should pay attention to is avoiding difficult conversations, choosing not to have that tough conversation you have right before you to be had. It is usually tempting, very tempting as couples, both husband and wife, to sweep uncomfortable topics under the rug. It happens most of the times. This may be about money, it may be about intimacy, it may actually sometimes be about your in-laws or some particular needs that have been left unmet or unattended. But the reality you should learn to accept is that unspoken problems that are not talked about, unspoken difficulties, unspoken challenges, all these don't just disappear when not discussed. That is actually what does not happen, right? That does not happen. They rather grow in the dark. They linger on. They grow in the dark, still lingering on for your full attention to get them addressed. And so, avoiding to talk about then rather creates a build-up of tension, which then makes the eventual confrontation bigger and harder to resolve. So to ensure you don't allow matters getting out of hands, usually as couples, address small issues before they become big. Once you get them identified, give them the attention they deserve. Both of you should also agree, both of you, husband and wife, should also agree on how you will approach conflict as a team without creating any platform for bad endings. When you do this, it will actually help you to establish or create a safe marriage relationship environment for vulnerability where both of you are able to talk to each other about matters of the heart with no fear of being judged by your spouse. It helps a lot. I must say, it's very, very therapeutic. Very therapeutic. Pitfall number 5, comparing your relationship to others. This happens a lot of times. In this age of social media, where you get to see a lot being uploaded for public consumption, some of which are real life situations, and majority others fake. It is easy, so easy to look at other couples and feel as though you are missing out on something very huge. To be fair, to be very, very fair, there is nothing so wrong with you comparing your marriage relationship with those of others on social media platforms. There's nothing wrong. But that practice, continually doing that practice normally comes along with some dangers. They come along with some prices you are going to have to pay. See, bear in mind that in doing bear in mind that in doing those comparisons, you are measuring your behind the scenes moments. What you do behind the scenes, you're actually measuring those moments against someone else's highlight experiences, what may not look real, okay, which may not actually include their behind the scenes moments. Revealing this to you, letting you know what happens behind the scenes. I tell you, yours may even be better. Yours may even be better. This is what makes it quite unfair. Comparing your relationship matters to what happens on social media. When this is allowed to continue as a likely tendency, um, it will breed, it will result in so much dissatisfaction, so much jealousy, and to some far extent, if care is not taken, very unrealistic expectations. And this can burden, in the long run, can actually burden the marriage very much. You know, I guess you don't want to experience this. And so it's advisable. It is advisable you focus on your own connection and growth together as a couple. Bearing in mind that every group of couple have their own challenges. That is what actually makes your relationship very unique. Don't forget this. Don't forget this. My dear friends, realize that a strong relationship, a very strong relationship, is not simply built by avoiding all your marriage related problems or challenges. No, it is actually built by rather recognizing certain relationship patterns and very early enough and taking small, steady, focused, very consistent steps to protect the beautiful connection both of you share together. The real truth is by staying aware of these pitfalls, staying aware of these pitfalls as a couple, giving them all the attention they deserve, you give your relationship the best chance, the best opportunity, the best moment, the best privilege to grow stronger and deeper, to actually become healthier and stay happier over time. Marriage, as a matter of fact, as God designed it, is very beautiful. It actually gets to be this way for you when you work together. Both of you choose to work together as a team. Yes, you may be going through challenges in your marriage, but I tell you, if you will have to seek help, if you will have to see a counselor, if you will have to see a therapist, for the reason that you love your marriage and would not want to lose it, you would actually want to have it brought back into very stable shape. Take that step. Take that step. Seek help. Talk together. Talk together. Your wife, your husband, both of you sit and talk. Take that decision and take that step. You can't afford to lose your marriage, especially when the reason is very petty, not so much an issue, not to do with abuse, but just some minor misunderstandings between the two of you. Sit together, seek help, resolve them, and make your marriage work because marriage is beautiful. I repeat, when both of you decide to work together as a team, I encourage you, stay positive, keep working hard to make your marriage work, and always let love lead.